Before we get into today's episode, I want to shine a light on this episode's show sponsors. Transform your backyard into a paradise with Family Home and Patio, proudly featuring American-made products for unmatched quality and durability. Whether it's a sleek in-ground retreat or an easy above-ground solution, their installation pros bring your vision of a dream pool to life. Their showroom in Decatur, Illinois, not only has premium brand hot tubs with expert installation and top-tier service to keep yours bubbling year-round, but they also carry chemicals, filters, and accessories, and everything you need to keep your water crystal clear and your pool party ready. Their expert pool and hot tub technicians provide professional maintenance and repair to keep your backyard oasis in peak condition year-round. Family Home and Patio is family-owned, family-operated, and family-focused. That's why they treat you like one of their own. Your backyard deserves the best, and they have it, crafted right here in the USA. Family Home and Patio, where relaxation meets home. Give them a call at 217-877-2808 or visit them online at familyhomeandpatio.com to make your dream become a reality. If you're looking for top-notch drone services, look no further. Aerial Elite Solutions specializes in providing high-quality aerial imagery and data for a variety of industries, including real estate, construction, agriculture, and more. Whether you need stunning photos to showcase a property, detailed site survey for your construction projects, or captivating footage of your event, Aerial Elite Solutions has the expertise and cutting-edge technology to deliver exceptional results. Their team of skilled professionals is dedicated to capturing breathtaking visuals that elevate your projects and help you see things from a whole new perspective. With Aerial Elite Solutions, you're not just getting a service, you're getting a partner committed to bringing your vision to life. So if you're ready to take your business to new heights, literally, reach out to Aerial Elite Solutions today. Visit flyaes.com or give them a call at 217-330-7226 to learn how they can help you transform your projects with their services. As we all know, storm season can bring unpredictable weather, and protecting your home or business is more important than ever. That's where Midwest Lightning Rods comes in. With nearly 100 years of experience in lightning protection system design and installation, they are the trusted experts in keeping your property safe from the dangers of lightning strikes. Midwest Lightning Rods specializes in creating customized solutions tailored to your specific needs, ensuring your home is a safe haven during the storms. Their dedicated team understands the importance of safety and offers free estimates to help you decide the best protection for your property. Don't leave your safety to chance. Reach out to Midwest Lightning Rods today and give yourself the peace of mind of knowing you're well protected. Visit lightningstrikes-weprotect.com or give them a call at 217-872-4676 to learn more about how you can become part of the community that's been protected by Midwest Lightning Rods. Let me introduce you to a game changer in the world of content creation, Opus Clips. Imagine a powerful app that transforms your longer videos into engaging bite-sized reels that not only captures attention, but also promotes your brand, your business, or even you. Most of you have seen Beyond Business reels of past guests, or even me, for 30 or 60 seconds flowing through your feed as you scroll. I'd love to take credit for all the hard work of editing and posting on multiple platforms multiple times per week. But Opus Clips is my cheat, does it all for me. With Opus Clips, you don't have to be a video editing whiz to create stunning clips that resonate with your audience. This intuitive app does all the heavy lifting for you, automatically crafting highlights that shine, perfect for social media, marketing campaigns, or just to share your creative genius with the world. Are you ready to elevate your content game? Well, head over to the link in the description or scan the QR code to unlock the full potential of Opus Clips and let your creativity flow and watch your engagement soar. Scan the code so it'll stay open in your browser till you finish watching this episode. Then get in there and start creating captivating reels. Your brand deserves to shine, and Opus Clips is here to help you do just that. If you're looking for delicious, healthy meals delivered right to your door, Factor has got you covered. A lot of us who have unhealthy eating habits is simply because we're trying to accomplish so much in a day's time that we don't leave enough time for meal prep. Factor specializes in customizable, affordable meals to fit your lifestyle, whether you're trying to eat healthier or simply don't have time to spend in the kitchen. With a wide variety of chef-prepared meals, you can enjoy nutritious options that save you time, keep you fueled throughout your busy day. You get walked through the meal plans online where you can specify what you do and don't like and what you are looking for. They accommodate gluten-free diets, high protein, low carb, low calorie, or you can do a chef's choice if you're not a super picky eater and just want your taste buds to be surprised and to stay out of them fast food lines. Quality meals, professionally made, packaged, and delivered. If you're thinking there's no way a refrigerator pre-made meal could be good, you're in for a surprise with Factor. Quality and portions are exactly what you need. And when you try this, there will be no turning back. Here's the best part. For our listeners, you can get an incredible deal. Use code BB50 at checkout, and you'll receive 50% off your first order, plus 20% off all future orders. It's a perfect way to make healthy eating easy and convenient. Head on over to factor75.com. That's right, factor75.com, and start your journey to healthier meals today. Don't forget to use that code BB50 to unlock your discount. Thank you, sponsors, for supporting the podcast and helping us bring this great content. Now let's roll.
Welcome to Beyond Business, where stories come alive. With guests from every corner, we're ready to dive. New episode every 5 days, new voices to share. Laughs and insights, we're all in this affair. Beyond Business, come take a seat. Join the conversation, it's a journey that's sweet. Life lessons learned and laughter from the heart. With every episode, we're making a start.
Yeah. Well, no, dude, I appreciate you coming and sitting down with me. There's no script, no parameters. We'll just talk shit for a little bit.
It's fine with me.
Yeah.
So.
Usually I start off by saying, hey, so where'd you go to school at, man?
I think we got that covered.
I think we got that covered. Hey, but so here is one thing that some of the stuff I kind of already know, but for some of the people listening, they know that you have been involved in a lot of things for a long time. I remember in 2007 when I came back around, you had your hands in a lot, right? It just seemed like you had in a lot of Milliken properties. So what was your start? After high school, you went to college, right?
Yeah, I went to Milliken.
Okay.
Didn't want to live at home, so I bought a house on Wood Street. So,
so you actually lived there, and
yep.
Okay. So is that kind of how the wheels started turning to go? Hold on.
Right. Thankfully, my parents had like a little life insurance policy. It had, I'll remember it had $3,300 in it, and the house was $36,000. So, I sat down at the kitchen table and I said, Mom, Dad, I'd like to buy this house. And I said, and I had a little bit of money from working summer jobs and stuff, but I didn't have that. So,
yeah.
I think it was my dad suggested, like, well, if you want to cash that in to buy the house, you can do that. So they let me do that and bought that. And I had, some high school friends live with me. And then so I lived there and went to college. They paid me rent and helped pay the payments.
It was just one of the big houses that you could have.
Right. Yeah. Rented out to 4 guys. And then I think by the time I graduated, I think I had 11 or 14 houses, so.
Oh, so there was no plan when that was just to get out of the house and to get by. And then
Correct.
You got that little taste of it. And
yeah.
It was like,
Yeah. And then I was on the soccer team and football team. So then next thing you know, I bought a house for the soccer players to live in. Then I bought a house for the football players. And then.
What were the houses just that available, or you just knew the right person?
There was a couple available, but then I would just knock on the doors or started to know the neighbors, and so I started buying them all in a row and stuff.
Yeah.
So and then And then, of course, Dane was on the volleyball team, so then I got a volleyball house. So,
so that was the whole, just hook up the people that you were around anyway.
Right.
That's a great. Do you still own them?
I own probably like 6, I think, left, but.
Okay. So is it every year? I mean, you would, at least in my mind, I would go, okay, when the students move out, you got to go do everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, when I was hot and heavy in it, I think I had 80 houses, and and there was students moved out and
in the Milliken area.
Yeah.
80.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've backed off a lot.
Oh yeah. I don't even rent to a student anymore. So I sold all the student houses. And
why?
Just it seemed harder to get. Milliken kind of crunched down on the living situations, and I don't know if the tuition or if the population of Milliken's down a little bit, but you sure don't see that many walking across the streets like you used to.
Right.
So, but
yeah. Okay.
So I got tired. I think I remodeled the same bathroom maybe like 10 times, throughout 15 years, punching holes in the walls and stuff like that.
So it just became, this is just what it is.
Right.
So do you catch yourself, I guess you'd have to catch yourself going, okay, I'm going to do this as cheap as possible because no one gives a shit? Or is it like, no, because you never know if the people are going to give a shit.
I just tried to make everything like idiot proof. Like when I started repairing the drywall, I decided, I'm putting plywood behind the drywall, and
so
then I'll put
punching all the way.
Right. Or then like, hey, your sink drains have stops on them. I'll just put a grate on there. So, you're not getting toothpaste caps out and stuff. So
yeah, there's not going to be a washcloth.
Right. Or God knows what,
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah, so no, I just got tired and then burnout, and then I've started buying commercial stuff. And then,
so were you doing it? I mean, you were the man for it too. I mean, you did it, or did you hire out?
No, I pretty much did it all.
That's what you
mowed
did.
The grass and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was with someone the other day from school, and they're like, you were absent for like the first 15 years after, high school. And I'm like, well, I was working. I was hauling trash at 3 a.m. until noon. And then then I'd go eat lunch and then go work on the houses until 6 p.m.,
Well, so I guess that's the question is you've been able to find these houses. I mean, obviously that's a cool deal, but your credit was good from buying that one house, or a banker was just like, let's go, or your dad was like, yeah, it's working, or who the hell lets you be able to acquire all these?
Yeah.
Was it somebody plugged you and they just seen you were on? Obviously, it was going to work.
I think we had a good banking relationship as, my mom and dad as a family. So obviously the banker was trusting me with all that stuff. And,
right.
And I mean, it was going well for a long time.
The plan was right on point.
Yeah. I mean, so it was working well. And I didn't try to build it overnight either. So it slowly, just 1 led to 3 and 3 led to 6. And kind of.
So by the time you got out of college, you were already making money. You were doing.
Yeah, no, I felt like I was. For the time I was making money, but I was working long, I was
a lot
hauling trash. So I had 3 different sources of income at the time.
Right.
But I was running myself ragged.
Right.
I'm getting older and getting lazier now. I really don't like to do that.
I understand.
So,
right.
I'd rather pay the guy to put the roof on.
I get that. Yeah. Well, and sometimes you're not even wrong by going, man, it might not have been cheaper to do it myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, looking back, you can probably go,
Well, a lot of these, when I gutted a house or something, and everyone's like, why don't you just rebuild the whole, knock it down? And I'm like, nah, it's cheaper. And
maybe not.
Yeah, I just think, if you were going to work on it 24/7, yeah, you could knock it down, build it up fast, better and cheaper. But this was something that I would just do for a few hours a day. So,
I needed what was there to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
And you do what you know, and that was all I knew. So.
Right. So yeah, I guess other than, obviously growing up, around, a toolbox at least. But other than that, did you have any experience? You're a teenager. Did you have experience rehabbing homes, or was it
during high school and my summer jobs? I worked for my uncle building houses. So I was.
So you did know.
Right.
Okay.
So, and then my grandpa, he came and helped me, on my first house, do a lot of things. So I've had a lot of help.
Right.
Definitely didn't do it by myself.
Well, I think probably everyone on the outside seeing that your absence from life and working, that leads people to want to help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at what point, was it you or your pops or both of you that was involved in, was it the winery or lock stock or all of it, or that whole strip or something?
Well, so by that time I had bought all the properties around and my mother-in-law actually worked at lock stock, and I just wanted the property. And so I figured if I can just get the whole block. And so I actually tried buying it from Jim Gresham for a while, and he didn't want to sell it. Then I actually bought the other side of Oakland Street from Eichenhauer's.
Yeah.
And then we turned that in, put Donnie's, Cherry Berry, and stuff like that in there. So that turned around pretty well. And I think Jim felt comfortable at that time. So he finally came over and said, hey, I'll sell. I was painting the front of one of the businesses one day, and he came over and said, hey, if you want to buy this, I wasn't looking to buy a bar by any means. And man, that lock stock was an animal. I mean, it really, and that was probably the start of my demise.
Really?
Yeah. But from the outside in, everybody thought I was making a killing, but basically you're paying for your own party. So.
Right.
And that's a hard business to do.
Yeah. I think that was probably the first time you and I had actual conversations about it, and you had already, almost like been successful. And then it was almost like what the fuck?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah. I kind of, I don't know if it was kind of greed at that point in time. I kind of wanted to own everything.
Right.
Looking back, I would never do that again, but it helped me get to where I am now. Like it got me into things I'm doing now and stuff like that. So,
okay. So you end up acquiring everything, and then what? You just hit the point where you go, okay, now I'm selling it so I can move on. I mean, do you still own a lot of it, or you don't own any of that?
I don't own really any of it.
It just came to where you were like, okay.
Yeah. So actually, at first the bars and restaurants,
Donnie's and Cherry Berry and everything's gone.
Yeah.
Tex-Mex place never happened.
Right. About 2 or 3 years after I sold it, it started kind of going backwards a little bit.
So is that on? I mean, not knocking whoever owns it now, but is that who it's kind of on? Is whoever owns it has to fill it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I got my own opinions, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really want to knock it. I don't want to knock anyone for it, but I think, you got to treat people fair when you're renting it to them. You got to want the tenant to be successful. You got to charge a fair rent to help them make it. Then they're going to be there long term. So that was my goal was, when I bought it, there was nothing on that block. So
you wanted to fill it? Yeah.
So I just, cheaper rent. You try to get, good people in there and a variety of businesses.
Yeah.
And I think it was a different time too. Things, I don't know if they were easier, but people had more energy or more hope that, hey, I want to try to do a business.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but it's hard to find those people nowadays.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right though. Even flashing back there, it was really nice.
We had Oakwood street parties that was
really nice.
Yeah. I mean, you would go there, you'd have great crowds and good times and stuff.
Yeah.
But so after we bought all that, we got all that going. The only thing I didn't own was the winery.
Yeah.
And so I knew the owner then, Keith Bowes. I didn't really know him, but I knew of him. So I was kind of bugging him like, hey, why don't you sell this to me or whatever? And great guy. I mean, just great guy. So at the time, there was 4 of us. He said, I'll sell it to you. So I talked to my brother. Brother went in on it. Joe, the bartender.
Yeah.
I wanted to give him a piece of something. And then at the time, the manager, Jake, I don't know if Jake was around.
Okay.
So I wanted those guys to be there. That way, so if I was absent, there'd be, they'd have skin in the game and want to stay.
Right.
But fast forward to today, it's just my brother owns it and Joe. So.
Oh, you're out of that too?
Yeah, I'm out of that too. So.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm a good business owner as far as, restaurants and stuff. I mean, because you got to be there all the time. You got to be organized. You got to keep track of your product inventory.
I get it, dude. I've sat down with a few people, and again, I go, good job, but I can't imagine. Again, no knock on anyone. There's a lot of people who do it well, but I can't imagine making my money $10 at a time,
right?
Or $5 at a time, or
that or trusting you buy all this product, and then
you guys are going to make it happen,
or their friends come in and say, "Hey, I'll give you this beer."
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was only $1.96, but it cost me $1.96.
I get it, dude.
But,
but I'm also the same one who I go, I mean, surely you're going to give me a free beer.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, anywhere I go now, I don't want anything free.
I get it.
Just because whoever that owner is, I don't want to see him get screwed.
I understand.
So, and I mean, I'll never forget, I had a good manager come to Lockstock, and he was from the wine world in Florida or whatever. I forget his background exactly, but first thing he looked at, and I never looked at an invoice, I just paid it. And he said, "Hey, Greg," and I don't forget the numbers, but he's like, "You bought, let's say, I don't know if it was 40 bottles of Jaeger last month, which is, let's say it's 2,000 ounces, and a shot's an ounce and a half. And look at our POS. You only sold of those 2,000 ounces. We only sold 700 ounces, so there's 1,300
one shot per bottle.
Yeah. And there's like $1,300 of missing Jaeger, and then equates that times $6. So that's like $8,000 or $6,000. I lost out just on that one, one liquor product. So I went up to the bar, and there was a free pour Jaeger machine. I got that thing, and I took it out to the dumpster and threw it away, so I'm like, we're not doing that no more. So,
right. Yeah, the small things.
Yeah. But I mean, so a business owner who was that into it, I'm sure you can be successful, but that's not me. I mean,
yeah, that's a whole nother world.
Yeah. My attention span is well past that. I can't do that.
That'd be just high stress, it would seem like.
Right. I mean, and at the time I had Lockstock, I also was hauling trash. So I'd wake up at 2:30 in the morning, get in the garbage truck by 4 a.m., haul trash, and then go to Lockstock, do the books, and then. But so people were actually working for me 24/7. Like, I had three guys on the truck with me, and then they'd leave at noon. Well, then the Lockstock people would show up for lunch, and then Joe's back there closing the bar at 2 a.m. and right before I'm getting up. So my phone, I'd wake up, I might have 20 texts, every morning when I woke up.
No matter when your nap would happen to take place.
Yeah, so it got exhausting. Plus, then you're trying to live, raising kids and going to their games and stuff.
So when did? So who had the waste disposal company?
So my mom and dad owned that originally, like when we were in high school.
Yeah.
And stuff. So
you and your brothers, you did that through high school, or just when you got out of high school, that's also your gig, or not till you got out of college?
I helped like on cleanup days and stuff like that, and maybe a Saturday.
Yeah.
I remember there was a homecoming, and I told Dad I'd run the route on a Saturday, and I forgot. Well, I woke up late, and of course, the route hadn't been done yet, and he's like, "You got to go do it." And I'm like, "I got homecoming dance in 6 hours." So I was all mad. I got in the truck.
Chop, fool.
I threw it in reverse and just made I'll never forget it. He had just bought this brand new truck, and he was parked in the middle of the yard for whatever reason. But for whatever reason, I also put in reverse and did a U-turn in the middle of the yard and just plastered that truck. And I don't know how he didn't kill me that day. Well, the funny thing was,
homecoming for the ages.
Yeah, I didn't even know I hit it. I hit it square, I backed square into the side of this truck and pushed it like 5 foot in the grass. And then I left.
Didn't phase that.
And I left to do the route and came back. And I mean, he was fuming. I mean, because he probably thought I knew I hit it and left and didn't tell him.
You're just like, felt like,
yeah. So
felt something,
right. So yeah, George went to college and then came back and then bought part of the route, and then he grew his really well. So he acquired a lot of cities and customers and stuff. And then my parents split up, and then they kind of separated out a little bit. So I kind of bought in it with my mom. So mom and I were 50% owners.
Okay.
Then Dad continued to farm and stuff.
So you guys still have the garbage?
No, George, Mom and I sold ours probably 3 or 4 years ago. Okay. And then my brother sold his 2 years ago, I think.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, then so you were doing the garbage route. And then when did you guys start having kids? How old were you?
Man, you're going to test me on 2003 is when we had twins. So.
And that would be,
long time ago, 21 years ago, because they just turned 21.
Yeah. So
then I had
a couple years out of college.
Yeah. Well, actually, I turned 25 in the hospital when they were born, so I was 24. So
so you were busy as shit when you had them kids. When the twins came, you were busy.
Yeah,
busy. Okay, but up until then, that was kind of that was perfect. Busy was perfect, right? Because it was just you and Dana, and your job was to make as much money as you possibly could, right? Because you're young.
Yeah. And at the time, she always said I was spinning my wheels, which I was looking back on it, but I mean, I just didn't.
What was the goal? Just to success, but you didn't really know how that
was. I don't know. I mean, the goal turned into just paying the bills, and I had a lot of bills at the time.
Right. So, generate. Yes. Yeah. I know. I get it. The more shit you have.
Yeah.
It's all a bill.
Yeah. And you got to remember, I didn't know I was going to college or what I was going to do in high school. And I still don't know what I want to do at 47 years old. But, and so I don't even know, like in high school, Bob Dondeville, like was an art teacher my senior year. I took art, and then he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, "I'm going to college to go to be an art," And he's like, "What do you mean do art?" I said, "I don't know. I was majoring in art because I don't like math. I don't like science or history or anything like that." So I went to Millikan, majored in graphic design, and graduated on Sunday 4 years later after an art degree, and started hauling trash on Monday morning. So
you're like, I don't know what that art's about. Still,
I like to doodle, but I suck at it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, actually, it's probably not a terrible career path, but you didn't go that way.
Well, I'm not a real computer guy, and obviously back then, I mean, stuff was still new. I mean, it's hard to believe because I don't think we're that old, but I mean, the programs, Photoshop just came, Illustrator and stuff like that, and I wasn't that smart into it, and I knew I didn't want to like learn those programs.
Right.
So I did get a little vinyl cutter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I started making my own signs on the side, but it just turned into signing my own doors and, the garbage trucks and stuff like that. So,
again, you look back and go, did I save money?
No, I definitely did not.
Or can I use Vistaprint and been like, fuck this?
Yeah. There was no Vistaprint 20 years ago, but if there was.
I should have. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So, or I should have been in Vistaprint.
No kidding, dude.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I'd go back and do it again. I don't think I would. I don't have enough energy.
Well, you probably, it sounds like most of it was lessons learned along the way that never would have got learned any other way.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Well, and I get it. I mean, there was whenever I knew you had a bunch of them houses by Millikan, I mean, to me, I'd never have wanted to be a landlord because to me, you have to have 20.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know you had that many. So it's like, that's it. It's almost the same as like Woody's got the right idea. If you're going to have a restaurant or a bar, you have to have some.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess, but man, I mean, he's going to be a busy guy, like a busy guy.
Well, and I think what he has mastered, and I'm sure you'd be able to appreciate is if you can happen to land the right manager
for sure
of your places, then you win.
Yep.
And you have to keep them happy. And I think that's been the key. And you had to have enough, whether it's property management or restaurant management or bar management, if you can have the right person in charge that makes you not really have to factor into the equation.
Yeah. And I was actually talking to Zach Keck yesterday, the day before, and he was showing me on his phone, there's all kinds of apps and POS stuff now. He can see from his phone how many meals you've sold yesterday. And so, I mean, we were handwriting these tickets and stuff. So, I mean, and I wasn't going back in the freezer and counting my chicken breast, how many I had left and stuff like that.
Well, so that's what I asked Zach when he was in there. I was like, so at 4-9, what is your role there? And he's like, I go eat and pay for my meal. Like I don't do, and it's like, oh, okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's the kind of restaurant owner I could be.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any fucking clue of any of this shit. Yeah.
But I think Zach and Woody are, they're doing all these things together and stuff, and that's great. They get excited about that, but that stuff doesn't excite me. I mean, it's just, and if it doesn't excite you, you're probably not going to excel at it.
No, right. If that's your lane, that's why they'll be good at it.
Exactly.
Right. And that's why it was almost like when I seen that Woody was involved with the beach house deal, it was like, that's a perfect person for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want it.
And not to get off subject. So Todd Parker.
Yeah.
I know the guy, but I don't know him well. Like I've never spent the night at his house and growing up or nothing like that. Right. But he would come into Lockstock when he first started his insurance company, and he would come in a suit and tie, and he'd come in there and he's like, "Hey, Greg, you want to buy some life insurance and stuff?" And at the time, I'd already been up for 12 hours, and finally I'm like, "Todd, I don't have any money. Like zero. Like I don't even know how I'm going to make payroll tomorrow. And if I make payroll, I need a great salary to catch up for." And so finally,
if I get life insurance, I'm going to fake my death so I can get that money.
right. Or I don't even know, but I needed to do something. So he came in one time and we were busy. And I said, "Todd, I don't think you get it. Like, you come rolling in here in a nice, clean car and this suit that costs more than anything I own. I'm like, I'm not going to give you my money. Like, I mean, and so I shit you not. He comes in maybe a week or two later, and I had mentioned, I'm like, you come in here in a hood sweatshirt and stuff, I'll buy whatever you're selling.
He did it.
He come in a hood sweatshirt, and I sat down with him. I said, all right, what do you want me to buy? He goes, seriously? I'm like, I'm dead serious,
Yeah, you got your work boots on.
Right,
Let's do this.
Right. So I thought that was real cool.
That is cool. That is. Yeah, I don't know him. I heard, and I think, so again, I don't know Nicole's husband, who he was really involved in the construction of
Bobby.
the remodel. Yeah. Which, until she came on here, I, for some reason, thought he was part owner also. And she goes, no. Maybe time-wise in the last month, but not literally.
Yeah,
like, oh,
I've only met him a handful of times.
Yeah.
And actually, we had a diaper party at my house for Zach Young, and Bobby was out there, and I had been working on it like for the last 8 days, just trying to get it ready for this thing. Yeah. And I mean, I'd probably met him twice, and he said, just call me. I'll come out here and help you for nothing, And he's like, I'd love to come do this. I'm like, so if you're offering that, I mean, I feel like you got to be a good person.
Yeah, you're
he's
right.
coming to help me as a stranger.
Yeah.
So,
you're just going to help?
I don't know. It just seems like if you hang around the right people, life's a little bit easier.
Yeah. Well, no, what's kind of cool is, again, this goes, man, are we getting old? Because it is to the point now where I've even noticed lately that, it's neat for me to see our generation have, I guess it's expected, but to see some people who have actually done really well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it's been trial and error or whatever, to go, that our people are employing people, or you know what I mean? It doesn't seem like we should be that old to be running shit.
Right. I don't know if
you've been running shit, but I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I guess, but on the flip side is, I used to want it all. Like, I mean, cars, house. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
It's like I try to think. I don't want anything like right now. I mean, like. After the twins graduated from sports and stuff like that, I mean, that was my life, to watch my kids, my daughter play softball, I will not miss a game. And that's one thing I could probably honestly say is from youth league till, anything, during all that, I was always home for supper, put them to bed. And I think I missed one game because I had to drive to Iowa to get an account,
but that was your priority.
Yeah. So. But
yeah, it is. It's a big deal.
And it's over. Like, I mean, it literally, like, my daughter's a junior and she's half over. So it's like,
it's crazy, right?
Yeah. So
that's my boy's freshman in high school. We just started. He actually just got told, or the high school baseball season will officially kick off Monday.
Yeah.
And he got told the other day, which that's what we've done. His life career so far, it's been baseball.
Yeah.
So we've been kind of working towards the date of you get in high school. That's where we get to see what you're made of. You know what I mean? If you're good enough, you get to play, So I kind of just shut up, and now they're working out, and he gets in the truck the other day, which he and I are totally different personality. He's very quiet, very reserved, very, you know what I mean? Where I'm the one going, man, go tell your coach you can do this. And he's like, I don't tell him anything. He's my coach,
Yeah.
And he got in the truck, and it was like, put the varsity schedule in your calendar. And I'm like, you got that nod, huh? He said, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it's that small thing that makes you go,
for sure. I mean, honestly, I mean, I could have the worst day.
That's all about, dude.
Yeah, you can have the worst day in the world, and you go home, and you either go watch a game of theirs, or I would much rather see them succeed than myself.
Yeah.
To me, I just want them to be better, have better than what I did, or do better, or want more.
So did they, obviously part of being super busy is, you're high stress, did you deal with that well? Do you feel like there was a balance there, or I don't know what your personality is? It kind of laid back, or is it like, no, I was at the games and then I left the games.
Well,
You know what I mean?
That's probably one of the hardest questions someone's ever asked me.
Well, I deal with it. I have a hard time now because I even will tell my son, like,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be setting this example of being able to just enjoy life while you're living it.
Yeah.
So remember, I'm supposed to be setting this example, even though I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think I hit it really well. I mean, there was numerous nights, and Dana can attest to this. Like, I would be laying in bed staring at the ceiling, worried about money, worried
Everything.
about, and it got to the point when I started selling everything was because, like the dishwasher at Lockstock would call off and it would create hell for us. And so I'm thinking my happiness is depending on the minimum age worker calling off. To me, it just got crazy.
Too many factors influence your happiness.
Right. Or the garbage. There was 3 drivers, and if one driver called off, I'm running 2 routes with one, and then I actually have to be home to get on the computer to meet someone at 1. So and I wouldn't find out until 3 a.m. So my day would be ruined the day I got up, or the minute I got up. So.
It made you go, I have to figure out how to step back.
Right. So I had too many balls in the air, trying to juggle too much. I had some good employees, but I also had some bad ones.
Well, and that's it. If you step back and go, if everything is running perfectly, then I have the perfect plan. But that is fucking impossible.
Yeah. For 15 years, there wasn't one day that everything went perfect. There wasn't. You would think there would just happen to be one day, but it wasn't.
Consistently,
not one
what
day.
are we going to deal with today?
Right. There's a couple stories. And
do you think it's because there were so many irons in the fire, or it's just like, well, no, you just have that many people you're dealing with, and that's what you deal with?
I think I trusted too many people, and it wasn't their money paying the bills, or at the end of the day. Now, there's a couple people still with me that work with me or work for me that they're the only reason why I could live the way I live now. I could see that I will do anything for them, their family.
So trusted the wrong people too easily, maybe?
I wasn't hands-on on all of it at all times. I just couldn't be everywhere at once.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I probably could have been if I missed a basketball game or something like that, but
that wasn't what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. So
yeah.
But there was a couple, probably one of the worst stories, but best stories, and I've told it to a few people that, and they're like, man, I wouldn't tell that, but I think it's a great story.
Yeah, let's go.
So this wasn't. I'll date myself here, but people are gonna have to do math. I knew the only reason why I had to come in town that day was to figure out how to get enough money, because we had a basketball game at middle school at somewhere else. I think it was Argenta, and I knew that I needed enough money to get myself, my wife, my daughter into the game, and I knew my daughter was going to want concessions. So, add that much money up, that's $20-some. And you got to figure, I had 80 houses, restaurants. I didn't have $20 in my pocket. Now I have equity in the bank. I know. So
you can't take a house to the game.
Right. So that's what I did that whole day. And that was probably the lowest point in my life that I knew.
Just try to figure out how to get a 20.
Yeah. And I knew that I had to change something. So, we're talking cashing in change in your car and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that I'm doing something wrong. So I just really had to step back. And I had never really had a job from somebody else. So I'm like, all right, I need to get a job where someone pays me. And I think I'll be the best employee in the world. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to call off on them and stuff like that. So, yeah. So I ended up, we got to the store. And the crazy thing was Dana had no idea, So I was keeping it all inside and everything.
You're just the one going, 3 of us. Here you go.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think after I did that, and then finally it was about ready to boil over as far as everything. And even at the time, I'll admit it, I got behind with some of the banks and stuff. And then, I always paid, but I might've been 29 days late, just trying to always, and the banker at the time was like, all right, I'm like, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I knew I had good things coming. And he's like, is it a train or is it a light? Like, is it the train light or is it just,
You're like, I'll get back to you.
Yeah. So,
I don't know what's connected to that light right now.
But it took a long time to get out of that tunnel. So, probably one of the best days of my life was the day I decided to tell Dana how hard it was, because I was trying to do it all myself. So,
So is that it? Is it almost like, man, then you would be essentially admitting, not that your wife is going to judge you, but it's like, if I say what's really going on, I'm admitting that my plan is failing.
Yeah.
Kind of, right?
Yeah. I don't think I'm ashamed of failing. I just didn't want her to worry, or I didn't want her to worry about the kids or anything like that.
Because you're like, my job is to make sure this part is good. And then,
So, but once I told her that, I mean, because I'm staring at the ceiling at night and she's over there snoring, like she's dead asleep, like getting a great sleep. So I'm like, once I tell her, that's probably going to ruin that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But thankfully, I mean, I'll tell everyone. I mean, my mom helped with money, my dad helped with money, my brother helped with money, friends helped with money. I mean, it's just the amount of people that helped me at my lowest point. I mean, whatever they need to this day, I would leave right now just to go do it.
Right.
So.
Is it what you got a spot where you had to ask or?
Oh yeah.
To where it was like, I'm jammed up, man.
Yeah. And you know how hard that is.
Oh yeah.
But I will say, or
to just say, no, I'm good so many times to where eventually you're like, yeah, I actually do need.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I
don't need 1,000.
Yeah.
I need 30.
Yeah. Right. And so, obviously mom and dad know that their kid's the best. And, mom kept saying, you all right? Like she could probably see the stress on me. So, she kept bugging me. And then, the good things I had that were generating money, I'd have to sell first, so that would get me by. Well, then when you sell your good stuff,
now
you're twice as far behind because you still have the bad stuff, you're bleeding. So I bought that Cats and Racks.
Yeah, that's right.
And man, that was a bad idea. That was terrible.
A terrible one too.
That was terrible. Now I met a good manager out of that, and she still works for me to this day.
Okay.
So I try to find the good in all the bad. I mean, that was a bad situation, but I got a great employee out of it and a friend. I mean, I coach her daughter in high school basketball now. And stuff like that. So,
dude, you had your hands in a lot. So, correct me if I'm wrong. A long time ago, did you have some interest or ownership in the land out there by Rotary Fields?
Yeah, so
it was like you were talking about being a Home Depot years ago.
Well, okay, yeah. So both sides, yeah. So I bought, and that was probably a start of my demise as well, because I bought this farm ground outside there, and I knew Kroger wanted to move from South Shores, and so I went ahead and bought the land. And at the time, my dad was a farmer, so I'm like, "Hey, Dad, I bought this farm ground. You go farm it." So that's what he was doing. But Kroger came out and looked at it. They act like they were going to do it. I'm like, "Great." Well, then they end up backing out. Well, then I went to Home Depot. And I'm like, "Hey, I really think this would be good out here because I'm tired of going Lowe's on Forsyth, and there's a lot of people south of Decatur on 51 that need lumber." And stuff.
I lived in South Shores when you were doing that. I'm like, hell yeah, this is golden.
Right. So and I had it all sketched out, paid for the architecture drawings, but. That's a long process. You got to put in roads, water, and all that. And I knew that. I just didn't comprehend how much money that was.
Right.
So I held it for as long as I can. But then that was one of the things that when I really assessed, like, hey, I'm going down here quick. I need to get rid of. I'm paying $3,000 a month, but this thing generates $10,000 a year. So I got to get rid of this.
Right.
So, I sold it to Romano and stuff like that. So it worked out well for, all that going on there. So,
right.
It helped me. I just sold it for what I bought it for.
Just get out from under it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do? So what you decided to, when you said you felt like you were doing something wrong, what was the shift? Like you said, okay, I'm going to get rid of these houses. I'm going to get rid of the bars. And then your next move is what? What are you involved in?
Well, luckily, I mean, the game.
Are you just stay-at-home dad now of a junior in high school?
No, I don't think I could do that anyway. So, and I don't think no one would want me to stay at home.
I'd get kicked out of the home immediately.
Right. So, no. So, and I look back at, every bad thing that happened, something good came out of it.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. So when I owned Lock Stock, Illinois started legalizing the gaming, video gaming and stuff. So, and I had that. I had racks. I had the winery. Then I had a bar in Stonington as well with Dad and brother.
That was a hit you probably needed when that gaming came, right?
Yeah. I mean, that saved a lot of people at the time.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was supposed to be just for bars and restaurants to help them survive because they did the smoking ban.
Yeah.
So you lost a lot of your customers then. But I'm sitting here, with all the bar owners in Decatur, and then next thing you know, you have a Ruby's pop up in Decatur, and you're like, Ruby's, what's that? No one knew what it was, and it was a little, 600 square foot with 5 gaming machines in there. You're like, I'm like, well, that's the dumbest idea in the world. Well, then the monthly report came out the next month and they made $30,000. Like, I'm like, what? I'm like, how's this possible? I made 3 and I have twice as many people coming into my business and I'm selling food. So, all the bar owners kind of got together and they said, hey, Greg, you have like 6 licenses. Why don't you go to the city and say, hey, you guys need to put a stop to this. And I got together and I said, you know what, guys, I'll back anything you guys want to do, but I'm not going to go to the city and do that. I'm actually going to go make my own gaming parlors. Just because, if I'm not going to, if I don't do it, someone else is going to do it. So I started, doing that, and that actually got me into the gaming world. So
so you have a few gaming parlors?
Yeah. So,
okay. What are they?
Well, the ones that I have the percentage of is Debbie's.
Okay.
And then my kids own the Emily's with a couple of friends, a friend of mine named Drew.
Okay.
But since I started off owning them, and then I ended up selling the percentage out, and then so now I'm a glorified salesman for the gaming company.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you have a job?
I do have a job, and the guy that hired me said, we're negotiating salary, and I said, this was 9 years ago, and he says, what do you want? And I said, health insurance. You pay my health insurance. I don't need a salary. And I didn't have any money there at the time. He's like, I'm going to pay you a salary. You need a salary. I'm like, trust me, I'm used to writing, doctor bills and stuff, with 3 kids and all. I'm like, and so he's like, I'll give you a salary plus health insurance.
So you're like, I'm legit.
Yeah.
I'll go get stitches right now.
Right. Yeah. I got a health card. Just bring on these doctor bills.
Let's go.
So, yeah. So there is something to a job, as far as like some security and some less stress.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think where I kind of messed up was like, if I would have bought these houses in Champaign back in the 2000s or 90s, I mean, shoot, I'd be retired, because Green Street was not what it is.
So do you do you currently wish you still had some of these houses, or you're like, no, that was a great move?
No, that was a great move. I mean, I had to. I mean, they were my bread and butter, but I had to get rid of those while I still could, but there were a lot of stress, and I did it. I did it for 14 years, so I was burnt out. But I just think in the real estate, the real estate went up in value in Champaign way higher than it did in Decatur.
Right.
I was buying houses here, in the 96 for, 36,000. Well, I sold it for 42 20 years later,
Right. So
if I would have bought a house in Champaign for 50,000, I could have sold it for $1 million.
Yeah. I was going to say, you're insanely.
So I don't know, but I mean, who knew that, but I'm not the Champagne type of guy. I can't wait in line at a stop sign. I'd go crazy. I mean, my kid goes there now and we go there to eat lunch and we have to wait in line for 20 minutes. I'm like, Graham, you're wasting your life, with all these people. so
That's hilarious. He goes to school over there?
Yeah. So Graham goes to the U of I and Grant goes to Murray State in Kentucky. Okay. So
yeah, there's definitely, I work over there on campus a lot, and it's definitely 20 minutes in a truck to get 7 blocks. It's ridiculous.
That is not me.
Oh man, it's frustrating.
I'd rather stick needles in my eyeballs.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating. And you definitely better pay attention or you will run over
somebody. Right.
I'll be sitting there at a stop sign. They will walk into, if you're out in the walk, you know how here you're like, I'm going to go over the line a little bit. Oh, they'll walk into your truck.
Yeah.
They don't look up. Boom. And they look at you like, what are you doing? It's like, you didn't see this giant truck?
Yeah. I'm not a city person. I mean, I'm much happier when I go home or go out in the country or something. So,
well, I think it's interesting. That you had all this stuff. I mean, you were doing your thing, dude. You had it all. And you're going, that wasn't even close to being content, happy, none of that.
Yeah.
You just had it.
Well, everything I thought I wanted, I really didn't want, I mean, it's weird. And I don't know if maybe that's growing up and getting more mature,
Maybe.
So,
yeah.
But I don't know. I wish someone would have taught me about like residual income when I graduated high school versus manual labor and stuff. Cause I mean, if we'd go on vacation, I'm not hauling trash or putting on a roof or remodeling a bathroom. So I'd rather have income that you can go on vacation and you're still making money. Yeah.
You were had to be way too involved in what went into your account.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You break your arm, you're broke.
Yeah. Well, and now like the machines are basically my employees.
Yeah.
But they show up every day,
Yeah. Yeah. So. That's really cool. So what is there a future plan? Will you guys stick around? Are you kind of just going to see what happens with the kids and what their plans end up?
Yeah. So
life plans end up being, or
I don't know. I don't know. I'll do whatever. You can say, hey, Greg, you want to do this? Yep, I'll go with you. Let's do it. My wife loves her job. Dana loves teaching. Like teachers are a different breed. I'm telling you,
it's a gift.
I think they should make $1 million a piece.
Agreed.
It's
I've said that a million times.
It's on her mind 24/7. I would want, if I'm a stranger, I'd want my kid to be in her class. There's a lot of great teachers at Meridian.
Yeah, but how did they get pushed to the wayside when it comes to not making money, when literally every person everywhere has needed a good teacher to get started?
Right. And you can remember your teachers.
No question. Yeah. Shitty ones, mean ones, nice ones.
Right.
Same with coaches, teachers. They're impactful.
Yeah. And
I have to interrupt this episode for a minute to tell you about the sponsors of this show. If you're looking for delicious, healthy meals delivered right to your door, Factor has you covered. A lot of us who have unhealthy eating habits or hit that fast food line quite often, it's just because we're busy trying to get so much done in a day's time, we don't think ahead to worry about when we're going to eventually need fuel for our machine we call the body. But Factor specializes in customizable, affordable meal plans to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're trying to eat healthier or simply don't have time to spend in the kitchen, with a wide variety of chef-prepared meals, you can enjoy nutritious options that save you time, keep you fueled, and save you a few bucks throughout your busy day. When you get online, you'll get walked through the plans where you can specify what you do and don't like. They accommodate high protein, gluten-free, low carb, low calorie, or you can just do chef's choice if you're not a picky eater and like to be surprised with tasty goods. Quality meals professionally made, packaged, and delivered. If you're thinking there's no way frozen or refrigerator pre-made meals can taste good, you are in for a surprise with Factor. Here's the best part. For our listeners, you can get an incredible deal. If you use code BB50 at checkout, you'll receive 50% off your first order. 50% off. Half off. That's a lot. Plus 20% off all orders after that. It's a perfect way to get up out of that McDonald's drive-thru line and make healthy eating easy and convenient. Head over to factor75.com and start your journey to healthier eating today. Don't forget to use code BB50 for that big discount. Hey, your backyard should be more than just a patch of grass. It should be a destination. At Family Home and Patio, they bring the best of relaxation and fun straight to your home. Immerse yourself in luxury with their top quality hot tubs built for comfort and crafted right here in the U.S. Take a plunge with a brand new pool, whether it's an elegant in-ground escape or convenient above-ground favorite. They install them all. Keep it sparkling with their full line of pool and spa supplies, and trust their expert technicians to keep your water clean and equipment running smoothly. As a family-owned business, they believe in quality, care, and craftsmanship because your backyard deserves the best. Upgrade your outdoor space with Family Home and Patio, your trusted source for everything pools and spas. Give them a call today at 217-877-2808. Hit them up online at familyhomeandpatio.com. Or if you're in town, stop by the showroom to take a peek and have a chat. And let's begin the plan to make your dream oasis a reality. Imagine a powerful app that transforms your longer videos into engaging bite-sized reels that not only capture attention, but also promote your brand, your business, or even you. That's Opus Clips. Most of you have seen the reels that we run from the Beyond Business show of our past guests or me coming through your news feed. I'd love to take the credit for doing all the editing and all the captioning and all the posting, but I don't do it. Opus Clips does it all. I simply drop a YouTube link video. It chops it up, edits it, highlights it. With Opus Clips, you don't have to be a video editing whiz to create stunning clips that resonate with your audience. This intuitive app does all the heavy lifting for you, automatically crafting highlights that shine perfect for social media, marketing campaigns, or simply sharing your creative genius with the world. Are you ready to elevate your content game? Head over to the link in the description or scan the QR code and unlock the full potential of Opus Clips. Let your creativity flow and watch your engagement soar. So what are you waiting for? Scan the QR code or click the link in the description and start creating captivating reels today. Your brand deserves it, and Opus Clips is here to help you shine. Aerial Elite Solutions is a drone service provider specialized in providing high-quality aerial imagery and data for a variety of industries, including real estate, construction, agriculture, and more. Whether you need stunning photos to showcase a property, detailed site surveys for a construction project, or captivating footage for your event, Aerial Elite Solutions has the expertise and cutting-edge technology to deliver exceptional results. Visit flyaes.com or contact them at 217-330-7226 to learn how you can help transform your projects with their drone services. With nearly 100 years of experience in lightning protection system design and installation, Midwest Lightning Rods are the trusted experts keeping your property safe from the dangers of lightning strikes. Midwest Lightning Rods specializes in creating customized solutions tailored to your specific needs, ensuring your home is a safe haven during the storm season. Don't leave your safety to chance. Reach out to Midwest Lightning Rods today and give yourself the peace of mind this storm season. Visit lightningstrikes-weprotect.com for more information. Now let's get back in the episode.
Teachers.
No question.
Yeah.
Shitty ones, mean ones, nice ones.
Right.
Same with coaches, teachers. They're impactful.
Yeah, and I'm not knocking Meridian by any means because I love that school, but I'm just saying schools in general. I mean, like, there's no way Dana could survive on her own with her salary.
No.
I mean, so I just saw these new teachers that come out of college with debt.
You better love it because you're going to be poor.
Right. Yeah, right. So, and I think my daughter would want to teach, but I think she knows that, thankfully. But the world needs good teachers, so more power to them.
Yeah, it's scary though. But it is like, well, hope you marry someone successful if you want to help children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's fucking crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah. and plus now you can't spank kids, And,
right. You can't whoop them.
Yeah.
And teachers, if I'm not, what age of kids does your wife teach?
5th grade.
So she probably does it too. Teachers, until you get in high school, you go into your pockets too.
Oh yeah, she'll buy picture frames, marker, and I'm like, is school going to pay for that?
No, of course not.
Well, they'll reimburse me for $100 and stuff. So, I mean, I don't mind it because thankfully we can afford it now.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and it's hard on her too because I mean, you might see a student that needs something, and trust me, I don't know the proper channels or what you can say, what you can't say, but I mean, you always want to do something for the kids that you see that need something or do more and stuff. But I guess, now you're not supposed to and stuff like that. Or it might have been, I don't know.
Oh yeah. That would be hard. That'd be a hard world.
Yeah.
To navigate the touchiness of everything, I guess. But
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I remember I was in 4th grade when the teacher Mrs. Edwards had the paddle on the wall,
I got
that whatever year that was, that's when they stopped, said you can't spank students.
I got swats in 5th grade was my last time at Argenta.
Yeah. See, mine was I was in 4th grade.
Yeah. And I remember it was a lady principal. And she was a teacher and the principal and it was, you got swatted. No, I was in 4th grade. You got swatted and then had to walk out of her other room past the 5th graders in her class.
Yeah.
And I walked out smirking and they tricked on me and I got called back on the intercom. Come back to the, it didn't hurt, huh? And it was it did. I just didn't want to be a pussy. And it's grab the desk.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll never
We're going to make you cry this time.
I'm not going to say the kid's name, but I remember his name. He was getting swatted and is it swatted or SWAT? I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah. And he was laughing and they just kept doing it. And I'm like, and then he was mouthing off to him. I'm like, oh my God.
Love this, huh?
And at 4th grade, I'm like, just shut your mouth. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All I was thinking is, man, I'm acting like I'm so cool. And if they would just please not call my dad and tell him this is going on.
Yeah. I didn't do much in high school or middle school to get in too much trouble, but
I think mine was just, that instance I remember, it was just my mouth. And then, and I would act like that I didn't care, but I knew when I got home, it was about to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So
Different world, man. No, that's cool as shit though. So what is you have gaming parlors, you still have some Milliken houses, no more bars,
no
more restaurants, no more none of that.
And I'm pretty much out of the gaming parlors. So now I'm just kind of a salesman for the company.
You legit just have a job, and that's where you're at. You're not in the garbage removal no more.
I still own a few properties and stuff, commercial stuff and stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to take meetings with people and like
Advise a little bit.
I don't think I'm smart enough to do that, but I like helping the younger people get started. Like there's I'm going to do a lunch with a couple of people next week, and whether not necessarily money, but just hey, I would do that or wouldn't do that, or this is what worked for me, or I wouldn't do that if I were you, kind of deal.
You kind of got an education that most people don't get, which is
it's not book smarts,
right?
I mean,
and I would have thought. I'm going to guess that you probably never sat and made a business plan for
absolutely not. Like,
and I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I can see it. Like I'm a lot like, you to where it was like, I've sat down with several people who I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know. I just own businesses. I'm not a business owner.
But think how much we'd probably be a lot more successful if we did that. But
yeah.
I mean, my mindset can't sit there and focus that long. And ADHD was not a thing back growing up with us, but I guarantee you I had it.
Get it together.
And I look at one of my kids and I'm like, you have it 100 times worse. And it's like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean,
it is both.
Yeah. I mean, I tell him, I'm like, you need to learn how to
that shit.
You got to control that. I mean, thankfully you want to go out and conquer the world.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you don't focus, because this kid, I have one kid that wants to be a professional fisherman. Great. I want him to do everything he can to do it because, do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
And this kid is only going to be happy if he thinks he has $1 million in his bank account. So every day he's trying to buy crypto, buy stocks, start a gaming business or do a bus transportation deal kind of deal. Yeah, and he's doing well, but I'm like, you got to, so he worked last week in 17 hours and he says, Dad, I'll make $1,000, whatever. He said, I'm going to take that and put it all in stocks. I said, why don't you take $700 of that, put it in stocks and go out and spend $300, have fun, like just buy something you want. Like if you don't do that, you're not going to get the full enjoyment out of it. So,
yeah,
but, I don't
that's
know.
hilarious though.
Yeah. But.
No, you're right. Hey, but so you have 2 kids that are,
I have 3 kids, but
I mean, okay, I guess, yeah. So the comparison of the twins,
yeah,
but are totally different, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean just in their personality and how they are totally.
I would say in several aspects, they're totally different, but when you get them together, they laugh and joke about the same things.
Yeah.
And I mean, they have friends and everything, but I still think they're probably best friends, even though they're 5 hours apart.
But it sounds like one will be an outdoorsman fisherman. The other one is most certainly going to be an entrepreneur.
Or he wants to live in Chicago,
He wants to be busy.
Yeah. He was trying to get in New York to do New York.
He wants to take an elevator to go home. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, man, I thought you were smart, but
like, so you're going to come visit us. We're not going to come visit you.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, I think one of the hardest things about being a dad or a parent is like, let them either fail or let them try something,
Yeah.
And I try not to like say you should do this or you should do that, even though, but I don't know, they got to live their own life. So
how hard is that? I mean, but there's certain things, especially with young men, because you're a dude, that you go, okay, I'm going to set you up for this because of course you'll want this. I wanted it.
Yeah.
And then they get there and you're like, well, that's not the reaction I was expecting because I would have loved this opportunity or whatever.
I don't think I've experienced that. And I've done that. And I think they're appreciative. And I'll tell you, I don't know if it's the mom or what, but I mean, all my kids, they're good. I mean, like they're
everything. Yeah.
I mean, they'll hold the door for someone. They'll push the cart back into the cart thing at Menards or whatever. It's
just
like,
kind. They're What is that?
And that probably makes me the most excited. But at the flip side, Christmas Eve, like, and I don't know, they'll push my buttons, and they did it on Christmas Eve. We decided, for some odd reason, we didn't have any family come over. And I said, let's just go bar hopping. And it was because they're 21, they're home from school. The daughter was at the boyfriend's Christmas, and it was just the twins and Dana and I at home. We're just sitting there looking at each other.
Let's go.
I'm like, all right, let's go to the bar. So next thing you know, we went to, and I was just trying to tip the people working and kind of just making a good fun night. Well, next thing you know, I'm doing shots, they're doing shots. And I always tell them, you know what, wherever we go, just don't embarrass yourselves or us,
Right.
Next thing you know, I'm doing shots with them. I'm like, this is still, we need to go.
We go.
We need to go. So, and we pull in the driveway. He's yelling at his brother. I'm yelling at him. Dana's mad at all of us. I wake up Christmas morning just super pissed. And I'm like, what did we do? This
Merry Christmas.
Right. Yeah. So we're not doing that next year.
That's not the tradition.
No. So I don't know, but it's fun.
It is fun. That's crazy. That's what I got. That's what I got. 2 grandbabies, dude. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Talk about making you feel old.
Yeah. I'm kind of ready for it though.
Yeah. I was going to say it also is, it went from Paw, that sounds old, but dude, you talk about some little humans that make you feel amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait for that.
And Bailey's mom is the doer. She's there for, I think the kids get off the bus at her house a lot, but I'm the celebrity. Yeah, if I'm there, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's amazing.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to wish time away.
No. Yeah. Well, so that's what's crazy is look at it. So my daughter's 27, my he'll be 15 Sunday. And so here we go. Now we're going, oh yeah, matter of fact, how did you do this? What'd you do when your kids were turning 16? Did they get a car? Are
you asking me a question?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you were telling me.
I was started telling you a story, and now I need your opinion because I'm about to be in a position. Did you buy your kids a car just because they were humans at 16?
Yeah.
Or yeah?
Well, I had to buy 2 because they were twins.
They didn't have to share a car, huh?
No.
Okay, so God, I just can't. In my mind, I go, bro, how about I'll show you how to make some money and I'll split, or I feel like I should do something other than go, well, hey, just because I can have cool shit doesn't just make you get to have it.
I did it, but I always told them, if you get in trouble or you screw off, that's my truck, that's my car, you're going to lose it. I always threaten them with, you get 1 tank of gas a week, so don't be giving your friends rides all over,
It's good. Yeah.
And of course, they never bought a tank of gas, but
right. But still say it.
But they were still aware of it and stuff. So
yeah,
and they took good care of it too. So.
Right. No, I think that's it too. Is there's the other part of me that goes, then my kid will go, okay, well then I guess, can I borrow your truck if you're not going to give me one?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, not me. Very good student. You know what I mean? Never. Yeah. I really don't have a reason. I just feel like there's a part of me that should I be teaching? Is this a teaching moment? Or it's like, no, you don't ever get a B, bro. You don't talk back. So you get a car.
Right. That's how I would parent, but everyone's different, Yeah. Now, if they were not into sports or if they were on the, TV or not Nintendo, but
gaming, whatever,
all day long, then not, I would say, yeah. But, all my 3 of my kids played sports. As soon as one got done, they started another one. So there was no time for a job, but they all worked in the summer. They worked, started at 6 a.m. And so,
you're probably right. I was just trying to find a way to be a dick. You know what I mean? You're going to earn this.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're probably not.
You better do that.
Or maybe he is actually. Maybe the kids they are earning it by being good humans, by being not getting in trouble.
I think kids are more observant these days than I was. Like I don't think I really paid it. I knew my mom, stayed home, answered the phone, did the books. And I knew my dad was out, doing this or that, farming and all this stuff. But I don't think I realized how hard it was for them probably or what it took, But I think my kids sensed I was struggling at times and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think or did I get lucky? I don't know. With good kids.
No, I think you're right. Again, there's been times. Well, yeah, and you've hit it on the head a few times. So in 2016, when my dad retired, I bought the company from him, And then when things went well, rather than doing well, I started another company. Why not fucking shoot myself in the face?
Right.
While things are going well.
Yeah.
And so, of course, that comes with up and down and up and down. And I wore it for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, it got to the point where I would even go to, he's old enough where I'll explain stuff. And I get it, man. I get it. You're stressed. You work all the time. And I'd go, well, fuck, that's not the impression I want to leave.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You're not supposed to, it's not supposed to be me. I get it, man. I know you got to work. You're stressed or what. And I'm like, no. I mean, yes, but no, that's a shitty thing.
Yeah. I always tried to leave the bad work at work. And then, if there was something good, or I thought, like now, like if I'm filling an ATM, I'm like, hey, you want to come with me just to kind of show them.
Right.
And so I don't know. I think you just got to implant little pieces.
For sure. So that's one thing that I have got to do that was cool. When I'll get like, we'll do like, they put solar on top of a lot of these. Well, this is an example, like a lot of the Kohl's stores has solar on their roofs.
Yeah.
And like, I'll get the contract to go, take a drone and do thermal inspections of the solar panels on 10 Kohl's stores in Northern Illinois. Well, like I'll take him and we'll go stay right in downtown Chicago, park, and literally so we can foot it around and go see. I'll get up at 5 a.m. and dip out of Chicago and go work while he sleeps in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're leaving a 12-year-old in the hotel by
for sure.
himself. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's cool.
But I'm back before he's up. But so it'll be like, it's like company trip, but we'll get to turn it into a little bit of fun or whatever until it's time to come back and you go, wait, I have to get back into Chicago now.
Yeah.
This sucks.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm the type of person where I'm going to wake up every day happy. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, people that can piss you off, or there's a lot of reasons that maybe you shouldn't be happy today. But I just say, you know what? and I tell my kids, and I said, what's the one thing I always say? And they're going to say, I always say it's all mental. Like, I mean, I don't care what it is. Like, I can get through anything. You just got to have the mental mindset for it. Yeah. So so take your job, take your kid with you. No, now it's not a job, it's a vacation.
Yeah. It's have fun. Deal. Yeah. Well, so that's how you have been, or that's what you've learned? No, that's pretty much, that's what I thought. Waking up at 3 a.m. and you're like, I can cuss it and fucking hate it, or I can go, let's roll. I'll be walking behind your house and your windows, I'm 2 foot from your window and I'm treading through snow and I know you're on that bed in a warm blanket and I'm out here picking up your shit behind your house, but I thought, what, if I just hurry and get it done, I'll get paid. So, right. So, yeah, because there was a lot of time. If I would start that route in a bad mood, I would finish an hour and a half later. If I would start that route in a good mood and just say, what, I'm going to run these first 20 stops, I'd run. And the next thing you know, it's 50 stops. I'm still running, Oh, it's that negative just sticks. Right. Just drags you down and ruins your day. It just keeps getting worse. Yeah. So I try not to do that. And so here's what I want to, you said, which you're right. When we were younger, ADD and ADHD and all that shit didn't exist, right? I don't think anxiety. It probably did, but we didn't call it that. Right. It was just like, you were a bad kid. Fucking pay attention. You're right. Stupid. Right. Yeah. Go to the principal's office. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know if it's medicine. And so, what do you think? So you think that do you think they do it correctly now by going, let's medicate people for this shit? My opinion is, or do you think we dealt with it right? Which is, you just have to figure out how you need to deal with it. My opinion is, I know there's people that need medication now. And I know medication helps some people. Do I think people abuse it? Absolutely. Right. Do I think people rely on it? Probably. I think people should probably be stronger. Like the people in between, I think, just be, but I don't know. I can only vouch for myself and maybe what my kids are doing and stuff, but I don't know. I just think a lot of people want their kids to have, naturally, we want our kids to be as pain-free as possible, stress-free as possible. So I think but I'm not going to pop a pill down their mouth. I think that's it, though. Is you have the let's say there's a lot. Well, we've went through it. I don't know if it's still there, but that the opioid epidemic started in the medicine cabinets. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
where you have enough housewives who live out of their medicine cabinet, then it's not that bad to have your son or your daughter on this or that, to where it is going, man, you're kind of, they're developing their personality, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be one of those people that just say I'm totally against it, because one day, heck, I might be taking the pills to calm me down or make me happy. I don't know, but
I wish I want one.
Yeah, trust
what
me.
is that?
I might
pill?
take 3, but I know myself. If I like something, I'm going to take 10 of them.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't even want to get. I don't even like swallowing baby asprin. So
no.
Thankfully, I got that going for me.
Right.
But like, I just think to myself, the only time we saw people walking down the sidewalks dancing in, high school was when you had headphones on. Now you see people just dancing, turning circles, talking to themselves, and it's like something's not. I mean, so I don't know if they, I don't know if it's birth and what was in their system then, or if it's what they're doing. I don't know, but I mean, I know a lot of people were against Buffett and all that stuff, but I think he tried to do the right thing.
Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, there can't be well, obviously there's always a money thing behind everything, but I don't think when you got a bunch of money, you don't need to come up with an idea to make money. He think he was good with the rehab facility, obviously was needed, but I didn't realize that that's supposedly like a contributing factor to our like homeless deal.
Yeah, see, well, so
I didn't know until I was informed. It was like, oh.
I mean, I'm sure there's probably a million people smarter than I am on this, but an outsider looking in or looking at it from 30,000 foot above, yeah, if you have this clinic or whatever you want to call it, and people need help, yeah, they're going to flock to it.
Yeah.
So I mean, if these people are getting help and it's working, okay. So now let's do something for the homeless people,
Right.
But so I think it was doing well, but I mean,
is it? I don't know now. Is it?
No, I don't know anything about it. I know nothing about it, but I do know some places or some parts of it are closing and stuff like that. It's too much to run since the money's running out. That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
so I can't talk anything.
It just sucks that they built. That's a ton of built. They built a lot.
What I find,
campus.
what I hate, and it seems politics. I'm not a politic.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into it. I hate. I'll set my phone down in 2 seconds as soon as I see 3 politics.
Doge, baby.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I if that's true, more power to them. Do it, doge it up, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, everyone just always screams that, hey, it's the rich people are benefiting from it. I don't. I'm sure they're getting some tax breaks and stuff like that, but everyone thinks rich people are just out to make more money and they're greedy. And so there's a lot of rich people that do a lot of good things.
And guess what? If you're rich or not, you don't have to be rich. The more money you have, the more money you have to protect. So you're supposed to, you know what I mean? You like a lot of things are started and positive movements are made. Yes, for people to shelter and protect their money. They're supposed to. If not, it's what? Just let it get taken?
Yeah.
Like it's a smart.
Yeah.
There's smart tactics also, but like you said, there's a whole lot of benefits that, there's a lot of money there's a lot of people with a lot of money that spend it to help.
Yeah. I don't want to see people struggle by any means, but I also don't want to support people struggling that have the ability to work or don't want to work or are lazy. That's where I draw the line.
COVID created that.
For sure.
To me.
And honestly, I got a dose of it. I mean, like I really don't want to work anymore. But I do because I like money and I like my lifestyle and I want to work. I want my kid. I want to set my kids up. I want to make sure everything's fine.
You said I don't.
But I really don't have the motivation like I did. And it was because normally before COVID, you wouldn't find me at home ever. Like I was 24/7 away from home.
Right.
Just show up to eat, put the kids to bed.
COVID taught you to chill.
Yeah. And I mean,
I feel you.
We were building chicken coops and
it was fun. I agree though. I did. If I didn't hate COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, I was okay with it.
I was too, but I will say that I had several businesses at the time when, people were calling me, are we going to get paid this week? Well, I didn't get any money. So It was stressful. I mean, it got to the point where I was keeping some of my businesses that I was help running, paying their power bill on my credit card. And like when we were talking, we were maxed out.
Yeah.
I mean, there was some.
Oh yeah. When I said I didn't mind it, I just meant
staying home.
No home.
Right.
Yeah.
If it would have lasted 6 more months, I'd been under. I would have went under.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was like that.
It was like that. So.
Yeah, that was like that was the weirdest shit. That's another one of them things I already look back and go, what was that about?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation there.
But you asked the question earlier, like, am I staying here or whatever? But I think we're just going to wait for the kids, see where they go. We also, I call her a bonus child. We also, there's another girl that my mother and father-in-law adopted. She's in 8th grade, so we'll stick around, watch her and everything like that. But I mean, I'd like to kind of get out of Illinois for a little bit, but I mean, there's good people here,
Oh yeah.
So I don't want to fully leave by any means.
Right. So. Well, and I know, well, that's kind of the cool thing is, you'll have 3, maybe 4 kids eventually and they'll have the whole world to see where they land and go, hey.
I might just buy a middle-size RV and
let's go.
Say, I'm going to follow you guys.
Let's go. We're going. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell Dana she either has to quit work and ride with me or I'm going solo.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But I'm sure when we have grandkids, I'm sure she'll
want to go catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I told my son. I go, hey, no pressure, but I'm not against getting an RV and coming and watching some college baseball everywhere you play.
Absolutely. I mean, if my kid, well, Grant fishes, but we've been to a couple things, but I mean, I guarantee you, if they play college sports, I'm going. Like, let's go. Graham just won this Papa Shot contest at U of I, and he got 4 tickets and a hotel stay to Vegas, and he's in the Final Four, 4 other kids, and they go to Vegas and they shoot. So if he wins, he gets $10,000. I just told Dana, like, yeah, we're going. Like, I'm going to go to watch this kid shoot Papa Shot.
Hell
in Vegas.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. So I don't know.
And what is it? What do they do?
It's like the double basketball hoops you see in the basements. Where it has the balls roll back, the mini basketballs. Yeah. It's just however many you get in, I guess, 60 seconds or whatever. So, I mean, it's a thing. Yeah, Bud Light's putting it on. Scaff was putting it on. And oh, shit. Yeah, so it's a big ordeal. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, he was he was sending us pictures, Dad. He's like, I'm going to win this thing. And he's got the mind, all my kids, like, if they say they're going to win something, they're going to win. Like, I mean, I have no doubt that. Like,
he's definitely going to contend to win this thing.
Right. So it's that bad. And I tell him he needs to relax. I mean, you don't have to win everything, but everything is a competition for these guys, and that maybe that's part of having twin brothers or older brothers, kind of deal.
So, can you guess at what your kids will do? I mean, can you just look and go, yeah, this is what I can see? Not even pegging it, but you know what I mean?
I think I can see what would make them happiest.
Take a stab.
No, because I don't want to influence them at all.
Okay.
Or I don't want them to happen to run across this and say, seriously, you thought I would do that?
Okay, I got you. I got you. Is it the same or 2 totally different paths?
I think it's 2 totally different paths, but I think they're all going to end up in the same.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's really neat, man.
I mean, I really think that the older you get, you realize that family matters more than anything, or good people, good relationships and stuff like that.
Well, and this is the cool part of their life to where they're going to go experience some life that's going to in turn let them see that.
Yeah. See, and I never did that.
Right.
I was a homebody. Like I was scared to go anywhere.
Right.
High school girlfriend stayed here. And so like when people were,
Was it a fear of going?
Yeah.
Of just the unknown?
Pretty much.
Kind of just not comfortable, right?
Nope. And then next thing I know, I have one kid that wants to go to school 4 hours away. And then I have one kid that wants to go to the U of I with 30,000 people. So it's like, what?
Does it pull you out of your comfort zone when you go visit? Or are you like, no, these are the kids just I'm dadding it up. So let's go.
I think it's definitely out of my comfort zone, at some point in time is like parking in Champaign.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pull my phone up and put it to that meter.
Yeah.
I'd really
mobile meter, baby.
No, it scares me. I'm not touching. I don't even Uber.
You're like, I can't put a coin in this damn thing.
Yeah, exactly. I still take coin. Yeah. So that stuff makes me. But I just sit back and I like to see their friends and just watch them and stuff.
They're living life, and you're just a part of it.
Yeah, but at some point in times, I'm like, I don't even know if I always tell Danish, and she gets so mad at me at this. Like, I mean, you know what the difference between thinking and knowing is? Do you know?
No.
your wife knows that they're her kids. You think they're your, So like when one of our kids will do something bad, I'm like, they're your kids.
Yeah, get your kids. Bro.
Yeah. So
That's actually really good.
no, don't say it to her.
That's
If you're
funny.
any woman, if they're slightly in a bad mood,
You're like, that has not worked ever.
and,
That's hilarious, dude.
so.
Well, yeah, well, I know you're not allowed to talk about it, but I'm excited for even the couple things I know you still got on your plate. I think it's cool that you're just a part of some things, man. You're still valuable lessons learned when it seemed like you were the king of the world, man.
I wasn't, at all.
Crazy.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, it sure seemed like it. I even remember, it's funny that you said this specifically, but I remember years ago, I was in a situation, bad situation, where I needed funds, right? And I hit up a family member in Arizona, big money guy. I thought, has a lot of stuff, had a lot of stuff. Same deal though, as he goes, oh, I don't have money.
Yeah.
And you kind of just said it. It's like, yeah, what do you want, a building?
Yeah.
Do you need to borrow some houses? He's like, yeah, I don't have money, bro. I just got things. I got bills is what I got.
Right. Well, and I mean, and people, I hate it when they say, man, you make a lot of money. Well, I make a lot of money, but I spend a lot of money and I have a lot of bills. Like, I mean, not to get detailed, but I mean, some of my bills are in a month are more than people make in a year.
Right.
I mean, so the more you have doesn't mean the more money you have.
Yeah, it's trying to figure out how to make this part that comes in more than this that goes out, which isn't always what happens.
And if you have a hiccup over here, I mean, so I don't know, it irritates me. And then I really feel like I'm pretty good at like seeing people. I want everyone to make $1 million. I don't care, enemy or not friend. I hope I hope this works out for you. I mean, I don't get jealous of if you have more than I do. I mean, life's too short to be that.
Same, I agree.
But I will say I can scan a room and I can really tell people that either are trying to fake it. But I mean, honestly, I can't blame them either because I was faking it until I made it either, also. Yeah. So but I feel for those people and like I try to help people and some of my good friends are like, Greg, you can't help everyone. Like, and I go out to eat almost every day and I pay for whoever I'm buying their lunch, and I swear it feels like it comes back twice as much, twofold. I mean, and so some of my friends are like, man, like even if it's like a poker machine, I buy lunch at the Lincoln for $40 and like, hey, let's go put $20 in a poker machine. I win $200. They're like, all right, I'm buying lunch tomorrow, and like they buy lunch and they win, or something.
Right.
So I feel like the more you do good, it comes back.
It does come back. Yeah, you're right. Well, I think, I guess maybe you might be hitting it. It's just getting older and being able to see, you've learned from a lot of things. But I don't think that you couldn't have been taught if your brother or dad or mom would have sat you down and said, here's how this needs to go. You had that same thing that your son right now has that wants to go buy some Bitcoin this afternoon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had that thing that goes, no, this equals success. I need this. You never carried yourself. You know what I mean? When you were really doing your thing, you never, that's a nod to you. You never, when you had all that shit, you never walked around like you were the shit.
Right. And people didn't know me. Like I never went networking or anything because I was too busy working. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean,
but I think what's awesome is, like you said, I could scope a room and I can see who's faking it. It sucks to be them. It's what you're doing now and willing to do now is huge. To go, let's talk, man.
Yeah.
Before you dive, I might poke some holes in your plan, but that's what you need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. And I don't know, and what I say might not be the right or wrong thing, but I mean,
another perspective is key.
Right.
I mean,
I'll listen to, if anyone has suggestions, I'll listen to it. I mean, I think you're dumb if you want to focus all that out. I mean,
yeah,
but
well, yeah. And I've even said this before. It's like, so people, it's like, if I sit here and go, hey, here's my business plan. Or no one wants to come out and go, hey, Greg, here's my business plan. This is what I'm thinking. Tell me what you think about it. Because if if it's not perfect, then that means that means I'm already failing because I don't have a perfect business plan. I was like, no, what you should absolutely do is sit down with another professional.
Right.
You know what I mean? And go, let me perfect this by you giving me feedback and you giving me feedback. No one's going to take your idea.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, and that you're going down a path that like so many people will be like, hey, I want to do this idea or something. And they're afraid to tell me. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm not going to take your idea. I don't even, there's not one person I've done business with that would never do business with me again.
Right.
It's like, I mean, I'm telling you, like, I don't have the energy anymore to do anything new.
Yeah.
But you could definitely tell if they're going to be successful or not, because some people will say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Or someone else might say, what do you think this is? And I'm like, hey, you know what? Just for you asking that different way,
it makes all the difference.
Tells
in
me
the
a lot
world.
about you and if you're open or not open. So.
Yeah.
So,
no, you're right. I don't know. A lot of people, startup money is sometimes, it's just so you could sit back and see businesses go under, businesses fail, and it sucks.
Yeah. Well, I find myself looking at their businesses like it's mine, and I'm like, I got to stop doing that because it's stressing me. Like I'll lay in bed some nights thinking about other people's businesses and I'm thinking, I don't even have a dog in their fight.
Yeah,
so like, why am I even thinking? Just go to sleep, Greg.
But that's good. I mean, that's good. I mean, you could. So Woody. You know Woody.
Yeah, I know Woody.
Yeah. So he had put a thing, it's probably been 6-8 months ago, but he put a thing on Facebook, kind of said similar to what you just said on, I've got beach house he was about to acquire, or it was already in the works, but he hadn't got it yet. And it was like this, and I'm done.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't want nothing else. I have this number of things. However, if anybody out there is thinking about getting into the bar or restaurant and wants to go to lunch, holler at me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I have it figured out, but I've done it 8 times.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's fucking huge. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But it is like, you have the people that go, I fucking know this shit. It's like, no, you don't, man. Holler at the guy who failed 5 times.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that's just not common, which you would like.
You just can't be arrogant, and you got to be down to earth, and you got to be willing to listen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
One thing I won't listen to, and this is where it goes from PG-13 to R, is I always, from day one with my kids, I'm like, you can say anything you want in this house. You can say any 4-letter word, but you can say fuck. You can say, I don't care what it is, but you can't say need. Like you can't, everyone's like, Greg, you know what you need? I heard that. I've heard that for 20 years. So, I mean, my kids will come up, Dad, we don't need anything.
Right.
Don't say need,
Right.
I don't know. But
well, I think what'll be interesting, and I don't even know your kids, but I would love to see 5 years from now what they have you into.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You know what I mean? I mean, you never know. Yeah. Because that's it. Like you go, this again, the common thing is, hey, no matter how good your idea is, I would love to help you with it. I'm not going to steal your idea, stranger or friend or whoever. But if it's good enough, I might help back you.
Right. Well, and the funny thing you say that is like, it's almost like you have a speaker in our house, but like one of my kids' girlfriend, and she's been around since middle school, and she's super smart. She's taking a job and everything. Like she's like, one day I might do this, like a doctor's office, stuff like that, or some kind of medicine stuff. And she'll ask me, she'll kind of talk to me a little bit about it. I'm like, you know what? And I've never told her, but I'm like, you know what? Anything you want to do, I will help you do it. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, because I've seen her. She's thought about it. She's put in the time, put in the effort.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
So,
you're already smarter than I was.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
If I could do it, you can do it. Yeah.
So no, I think when I get to that point, I think that'll probably make me the happiest, is being able to do that.
Yeah, for sure. No, and you just nailed it. You really can. Typically, you can. It takes all of about. You know how they say, give me a glove and a ball, and I'll tell you if the kid knows how to play ball or not. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kick that ball to him. Let him kick it back. I'll tell you if he's played before.
Yeah.
Same deal. Have a 5-minute conversation with someone, and you can pretty much go, man, you really need to learn some more things before you step into what you're about to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But even, I mean, I would go further and say, not even a ball, give them this water bottle and say, throw it in the trash can. All right, you can play ball,
No, you're right.
I don't think you have to put them in the situation to know if they'll be successful or not. I just think, you could see them outside the situation and probably figure out what
pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? The situation that you were in, I don't know how long it's been now. I know you were in it 12, 13, 10 years ago, whatever, when you had everything on the West End.
But had nothing.
But that person, Greg owns everything. I remember people telling me about you, and I would just go, oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know who he is, bro. You know? And it would be, but that is it. That's the appeal. I want to do what he's doing. And
even though it's probably not the right thing.
Or it's really like,
right.
Do you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You mean you just want to own shit. You don't really know if he fucking hates his life right now.
Right.
I did. Nobody did. But, it's, again, it comes with going.
I have a friend that has pretty much nothing and he loves his life. Like, I mean, and I'm like, I want to be that guy.
Thank you.
I want to be that guy, but for some reason I'm not wired like that. Like,
it's a gift and the curse, man.
I mean, and I tell everyone all the time, like, I think it's a disease to want more. Like Dana always says, I'm never satisfied. No, if I get this, I won't be there. I want that.
And it's not greed. It's just a drive for better, for more.
Or I think it's a game. Like I feel like, if there's an old car,
challenge.
There's an old car for sale and the guy won't sell it to me. I'm going to keep asking.
Get that car.
And then, next thing you know, I'm paying too much for it and I got the car, but now I don't drive it. It's like stupid,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's probably going to be the demise of me, to be honest with you. So
it's just who you are.
Yeah, but it's a curse.
Well, no, you just hit it on the head. There's just it's just different kinds of people, man. You know what I mean? I think it truly is. And God bless your wife for being able to deal with it. Because you know what I mean? A lot of people, it is to that extent. They just don't understand each other. They can't.
Yeah, I'm pretty thankful, that she was with me the whole time because, I'm out here wanting to buy this or that or this, with no money. And she's sitting here wearing holy socks because she doesn't want to spend any money on clothes, Yeah. I'm thinking if I would have married someone that wants a bunch of things, like we would have been bankrupt.
Screwed, right?
100 years ago.
Right.
So
thankfully it worked out, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is funny on how sweet it can be on the outside looking in. And you're going, none of you wanted my life.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like when I talk to people now, like I try to look at them and like, you know what, and I don't know what it is, but I'm like, is it really like, are you happy? Like, I mean, are you really? Because I want to genuinely know, like, I mean, it's not because I want to like, use it against you or something like that, but like, or how can I make it, I can tell you're not really happy. Like, so what can I do? Can I do something to help you? I mean, because I feel like the people who helped me taught me that I need to help more people,
Yeah. And a lot of times it can just,
it doesn't have to be much.
A lot of times just minimal on your end can help someone tremendously.
Yeah, like I'll help people load their wood in the back of their truck at Menards, or I'll take their cart back or hold the door. And I always tell my kids, like, when you talk to someone, you got to look them in the eye and like, or say, hey, how you doing today? Like as they're holding the door for them, because most kids these days just look at their phone and walk right past you. So.
And then how many? I'm sure it's more often than not, you'll have people tell you that your kids did that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Same.
Yeah.
So yeah, same. Since my son's been 11 or 10 or however old you get, when it's like, dude, you tell the lady at the restaurant what you want. I'm not telling him. Now it's kind of the same thing. And, to have people go out of their way, oh, your son is so nice. And it's like, well, he's just how humans are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter will be upset about something. And I'm like, you don't understand, like, this is huge to you right now, but in 1 year, you will not remember it, and everything's so big to them. Yeah. And I just got to keep reminding them, I'm like, it's not, if nobody's died today or no one's dying, it's going to be fine.
It's only the biggest deal today.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So,
but that's it though. You have overcame, you couldn't imagine right now, even though you've been there, having to, when we get done with this podcast, going, bro, can you spot me $40? I need to get into a fucking game tonight. This is
right.
You know what I mean? You can't, it wouldn't, it's unfathomable to be able to go, man, this is real life. And it wasn't when I was 19. I was an adult with kids struggling.
Yeah. I've definitely had some highs and lows. But if you needed $40, I'd want you to tell me. You know what I mean?
Same. Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
But if you ask me every week in a row, or I mean,
there's a hole in the bucket.
Yeah.
You need to find a way to get $40.
Yeah. Or hey, all right, now you're going to work for it on week 10.
Yeah.
But
no,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we're doing the right thing or not, but so.
Well, I think at the end of the day, the result, especially when you have a family, is that kind of tells you if you did right. And
yeah, that's my gauge, I guess.
Yeah. That's all it can be. I mean, hell, they didn't tow your cars away. They didn't kick you out of your house. Your kids are kind and successful so far. And they at least went to Chuck E. Cheese and shot little basketballs into hoops.
And it might pay off.
And we're going to Vegas, baby.
Right.
When is that?
April 4th and through the 6th. So it's coming up.
Oh, that is cool. Dude.
Yeah, it's coming up.
So are you like one of the 4 seats that goes, or he takes some of his buddies and you guys just got to go?
This will probably come out after that. So I haven't suggested that I would use one of his 4 tickets.
You're just like, hey, friend,
hey, take your girlfriend, take your friends or whatever. But if you have an extra one, mom and I will take it,
Yeah.
So no matter what, I'll
be there regardless.
I'll be there.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So.
Well, dude, I appreciate you coming in here and sitting down and chatting, man. This is I
don't know if we talked about anything that would help anybody, but.
Oh, yeah, we did, because I think that was, that's an eye opener. I mean, your journey. Nobody knew this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
Parents did, and my brother did, wife did.
Right.
But like,
the
normal friend, the normal customer,
But it does take a little bit to even still right now come and go, oh yeah, I didn't owe anybody to tell you anything, but you guys had it all twisted.
Yeah. No,
Yeah. Go buy everything if you think you want it, but it doesn't make you rich.
Yeah.
It just makes you have shit.
I remember you wanted yourself in the newspaper and stuff like that. And I thought that was cool and stuff. Now it's like, I mean, I don't know why I even said yes to come and do this. So I thought, I thought it was because it got me out of my comfort zone. So I thought, I'll try it, whatever.
Is it bad?
Oh, it's not bad. No, it's not bad. It's not bad now, but when I watch it, it might be bad.
No, dude.
So
this is cool.
I should have sucked in my gut more.
I mean, dude, you're a freaking art major. I mean, I had to get you on here.
Yeah, that's right. So boys and girls, if you want to do art,
if you need any help with your art future, this would be the guy to contact.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Well, yeah, I appreciate you coming, taking the time, and I'm excited just to see what these twins and your daughter end up doing in the future. Now, to see where they end up having you land.
Just put me on your schedule in 5 years, and we'll talk about it.
You might have to join via Zoom.
Yeah. Or
I'm on an island, bro. Right.
Or I'll need wheelchair accessible. Or stress got me. So, or age.
Yeah. Well, it'll be both there.
Yeah. But no, thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up. All right. Well, thanks for joining me on this one. And be kind to each other. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. Hey, before you close out this episode, let me have a minute, the last minute, to shout out our sponsors that make all this happen one more again. Your backyard deserves the best, and at Family Home and Patio, they have it. In or above ground pools, premium brand hot tubs, all crafted right here in the U.S. All of your pool and spa installation, service and supply needs, Family Home and Patio is where it's at. Family Home and Patio, where relaxation meets home. Give them a call, 217-877-2808, or visit them online at familyhomeandpatio.com, or if you're in Decatur, stop in, see what they got, have a discussion about bringing your dreams to life. Aerial Elite Solutions specializes in providing high-quality aerial imagery and data for a variety of industries, including real estate, construction, agriculture, and more. Whether you're needing stunning photos to showcase your property, detailed site surveys for your construction project, or captivating footage for your events, Aerial Elite Solutions has the expertise and cutting-edge technology to deliver exceptional results. So if you're ready to take your business to new heights, literally reach out to Aerial Elite Solutions today. Visit flyaes.com, aerialelitesolutions.com, or call 217-330-7226 and learn how they can help transform your projects with their services. Let me introduce you to a game changer in the world of content creation, Opus Clips. Imagine a powerful app that transforms your longer videos into engaging bite-sized reels that not only capture attention, but also promote your brand, your business, or even you. Most of you have seen the Beyond Business reels of past guests or even me flowing through your feed as you scroll. I'd love to take credit for the hard work of editing, captioning, posting. I don't do any of it. My cheat is Opus Clips. Drag, drop, it does the work. You don't have to be a video editing whiz to create stunning clips that resonate with your audience. This intuitive app does all the heavy lifting for you, automatically crafting highlights that shine perfect for social media, marketing campaigns, or simply sharing your creative genius with the world. Are you ready to elevate your content game? Well, head over to the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to unlock the full potential of Opus Clips. Let your creativity flow and watch your engagement soar. So what are you waiting for? The episode's over. Scan the QR code, start creating captivating reels today. Your brand deserves to shine, and Opus Clips is here to help you do just that. If you're looking for delicious, healthy meals delivered right to your door, skip the fast food line because Factor has you covered. A lot of us who have unhealthy eating habits simply because we don't have time to plan on what we're going to eat throughout the day. So we stop and get something convenient. Factor specializes in customizable, affordable meal plans that fit your lifestyle. Whether you're trying to eat healthy or simply don't have time to spend in the kitchen, with a wide variety of chef-prepared meals, you can enjoy nutritious options that save you time and keep you fueled throughout your busy day. You get walked through the meal plans where you can specify what you do and don't like, what you're looking for, and they accommodate gluten-free, high-protein, low-carb, low-calorie, or they even offer just chef's choice if you're not a picky eater, and let your taste buds be surprised. They're quality meals, professionally made, packaged, and delivered. If you're thinking there's no way something pre-made could taste good, you're sadly mistaken, as the quality and portions are exactly what you need. And when you try this, there'll be no turning back. Here's the best part. For our listeners, you can get an incredible deal. 50% off your first order if you use code BB50 at checkout. 50% off. Plus 20% off all future orders. It's the perfect way to make healthy eating easy and convenient. So head over to factor75.com and start your journey to healthier meals today. Don't forget to use that code BB50 to unlock your discount. Midwest Lightning Rod specializes in creating customized solutions tailored to your specific needs, ensuring your home is a safe haven during the storms. Their dedicated team understands the importance of safety and offers free estimates to help you decide the best protection for your property. Don't leave your safety to chance. Reach out to Midwest Lightning Rods today. Give yourself the peace of mind knowing you're well protected. Visit lightningstrikes-weprotect.com or give them a call at 217-872-4676 to learn more about how you can become part of the community that's been protected by MLR. Thank you again to the podcast sponsors for your support, for helping us bring this great content. And thank you to listeners for taking part in this. We'll catch you on the next one. Till then, be kind.
Welcome to Beyond Business, where stories come alive. With guests from every corner, we're ready to dive. New episode every 5 days, new voices to share. Laughs and insights, we're all